El Salvador's bold move to incarcerate American convicts and illegal migrants deported from the United States has sparked a global debate, not just on legal and human rights concerns, but also on its potential economic impact. President Nayib Bukele's offer to house these prisoners at the country's notorious CECOT facility has raised eyebrows. But for many developing nations, it presents an intriguing economic model.
The president, in an act of extraordinary friendship to our country, knowing the challenges we face in the U.S., has agreed to the most unprecedented and extraordinary migratory agreement anywhere in the world. He has agreed to accept for deportation any illegal alien in the United States who is a criminal from any nationality, be they MS-13 or Tren de Aragua, and house them in his jails. And he's also offered to do the same for dangerous criminals currently in custody and serving their sentences in the United States, even if they're U.S. citizens or legal residents.
The announcement followed a meeting between Bukele and U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio during his tour of Central America. Bukele's offer, which includes imprisoning deported criminals of any nationality, was met with approval from U.S. President Donald Trump, who sees it as a cost-cutting measure for America's overburdened prison system. However, the move carries significant legal challenges under American law, requiring careful negotiations before implementation. For El Salvador, this deal isn't just about aiding the U.S., it's about transforming its prison system into an economic asset. Trump has acknowledged that outsourcing prisoners to El Salvador would be far cheaper than maintaining them in U.S. private prisons. The revenue from such a deal could help fund El Salvador's own mass incarceration program, reinforcing Bukele's tough-on-crime approach that has won him immense domestic popularity. This move could set a precedent for other developing nations. Many third-world countries struggle with economic instability and weak infrastructures, but a model like El Salvador's could create a new revenue stream by housing foreign prisoners in exchange for financial compensation. Nations with existing high-security facilities, or those willing to construct them, could tap into this opportunity, turning their prison systems into a service industry. While the proposal is economically tempting, it carries significant ethical and legal concerns. CECOT, the maximum security prison where these convicts would be housed, is infamous for its harsh conditions. Prisoners live crammed in windowless cells, sleeping on metal beds without mattresses, and deprived of basic amenities, including family visits. Human rights advocates have criticized the deal, arguing that it could lead to the exploitation of prisoners and potential violations of international standards. Additionally, outsourcing the U.S. prison system to a foreign country could face legal hurdles, as American laws place strict limitations on deporting U.S. citizens or outsourcing incarceration to foreign nations. Despite these concerns, Bukele's proposal has garnered attention from other developing nations seeking to replicate the model. Countries struggling with financial deficits and weak industries might see this as an innovative approach to economic diversification. By offering to house foreign prisoners, they could receive steady financial aid, create jobs in security and prison management, and bolster their own domestic infrastructure. If El Salvador successfully implements this model, it could reshape international discussions on prison management and economic development. With the right negotiations and legal frameworks, more nations could explore similar deals, changing how the world views incarceration, no longer just as a burden, but as an economic opportunity. As discussions continue between the U.S. and El Salvador, the outcome of this deal will be closely watched. Whether it becomes a model for economic reform or a cautionary tale of human rights violations remains to be seen. One thing is certain: El Salvador has opened a new dimension of economic possibilities for third world nations willing to think outside the box.